Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am your host, Slackers, bringing you guys our next matchup in the Everyone Is Here tournament. We got another good matchup today, so can't wait to jump into that. But if you haven't seen this little series, it's a simple concept: 100 characters put into a tournament each day on the channel, except Sundays. I upload one of the matches from the tournament, and then for each matchup, I'll talk about the two characters. Maybe a little bit of moveset pool, maybe a mini, kind of like just a couple facts about the character, whatever it might be. But then ultimately we'll vote between one of the two characters down in the comment section. But voting is a part of the overall rules, so here's all the rules on screen. And rules are very straightforward, so what is there, 6 of them? So I'll run down them real quick. Rule 1, this is for fun. What does that ultimately mean? Just think of it this way. Vote for who you personally want between the two characters in the match. Not who's necessarily more likely, but vote for one of the two characters that you would rather see. That's how I want you to vote. Simple. But do remember, you only get 1 vote per person. How do you vote, though? That's simple. Down in the comments, you simply type the name of the character that you are voting for. You are allowed to vote for both characters by simply typing the word both. If you absolutely love both the characters, or if you're just having a difficult time deciding who to vote for, you can vote for both. Totally fine. But let's see, the rest of the rules here. It's a double elimination tournament, meaning a character has to lose twice before being officially eliminated. Once we get the results to determine the winner and loser, if there happens to be a tie in the voting, we're just going to flip a coin on camera. And then each matchup, voting-wise, will only last for just 1 week. Excuse me. So you have 7 days from once the episode first gets uploaded. You have 7 days to get your votes in. If your vote comes in after that, well, it just simply doesn't count. Alright, those are the rules, so let's get to the rest of the video, shall we? Alright, so we're about to eliminate yet another character from the loser bracket. So, this was the matchup that had both the characters that were the replacement characters after Byleth and Cuphead kind of got into Smash Bros. Ended up putting Ty the Tasmanian Tiger in the matchup. And who was the other one? Klonoa was the other one who ended up getting a replacement slot, we'll say. And the winner won very handily, honestly. Yeah, Klonoa ended up winning this one pretty decidedly. 41 votes for Klonoa, only 12 for Ty. So yeah, I guess a lot more people are a little bit kind of attached to Ty. You know, maybe a Bandai Namco, a Bamco rep, if you will. And speaking of Bamco, got another character in today's matchup, actually. So anyway, Klonoa gets to advance for at least one more, because again, this is the loser bracket. So yeah, congrats to Klonoa. Other than that, yeah, let's just move straight back. So we're, of course, continuing on in the winner's bracket up here today, and we'll be here for the next couple of weeks, which is pretty good. So today's matchup is a pretty interesting one. Couple very debated characters in Smash Bros. Amongst the fans and the community. So the matchup happens to be Shadow from the Sonic series. Yeah, we all know who Shadow is. But Shadow's opponent happens to be Lloyd Irving from the Tales of series. So even though chatter about Lloyd's kind of died down a little bit, we'll talk about it. All right, but anyway, who's up first? Lloyd. Lloyd makes sense. All right, so the big thing. Let's get this out of the way right now. Lloyd Irving was a Mii costume in Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS. Bandai was helping Nintendo work on Smash Bros. During that game. Bandai Namco, they came back and helped Nintendo with Smash Ultimate. Alright, you look at all the Mii costumes that we've had. A lot, not all of them, but a lot, a huge majority of the Mii costumes from Smash Wii U and 3DS have come back. With exception to some Bandai Mii costumes. So what's the snag? What's the hold up with that? Why is there no Bandai costume, no Bandai Mii costumes anymore? Where's the Lloyd Irving costume? Where's the Hayachi one? Like what's up with that? Is there still something to that? Is there a specific reason? Because, like, honestly, Bandai works on the game. You know, they're more than willing to be like, yeah, we'll give you the nod for the Mii costumes again. Sure, yeah, let it happen. I don't know. Maybe it's the Smash Bros. In me that makes me just want to go, all right, there's probably something there. You know, we're all like that. Come on. Admit it. We're all like that in a way. Where we see something and then we kind of, like, go down this path where it's like, yep, I'm onto something. But then, during that path, you're like, wait, hold up. Maybe I'm going too deep down this path, and maybe I'm just convincing myself. So, I think I've been able to kind of reel myself back from that, but there still has to be something there. Where's the Bandai Mii costumes? All right, so the point I'm trying to get to is with more DLC with Fighter Pass Volume 2 being officially announced, a couple weeks ago now? 6 more characters. And a lot of people are kind of thinking that potentially maybe Nintendo, through the cycle of the first Fighter Pass, they were starting to kind of hear who the fans were really trying to clamor for, if you will. Lloyd Irving was a character whose name popped up quite a bit, especially around, what was that, like the end of October of 2019, all through November and maybe the very beginning of December. But he's a very, very heated, debated, much talked about character for FP5 at the time. We're thinking we're going to get a Game Awards reveal, which never made sense because Nintendo usually doesn't have a big presence at the Game Awards. They might have one thing to show, but never. So, whatever. That's a different topic. But Lloyd, where's his Mii costume? Why was he heavily debated? Well, trying to go through all those leakers that were saying, all right, this character, this franchise, they ain't happening, right? So it's kind of starting to narrow down a little bit. We're still on the mindset at the time for Bandai to be given a character in the Fighter Pass. It just made a lot of sense, Bandai's got a lot of recognizable characters. They work on Smash Bros. I mean, they're helping Nintendo with arguably their biggest franchise. One of their biggest franchises in Smash Bros. How do they not get another, all right, yeah, we'll tip of the cap. We'll definitely consider one of your characters. We still didn't get that. So, I don't know. There's definitely some weird vibes going on there, right? No Bandai Mii costumes have come back, and they didn't get a fighter or a character in Fighter Pass 1. Maybe they're going to get it in Fighter Pass 2 now. Maybe they heard the fans saying maybe a couple of those arguments. Yeah, Bandai should get one. So maybe Nintendo was like, duh. All right, Bandai, we thank you for helping us work on the game. Let's who would you like? Because, if it comes down to it, right, if Nintendo, once they were deciding who the DLC characters were going to be for Fighter Pass 2, and there's a chance that if they approach Bandai, there's a good chance that they would let Bandai kind of pick their own character, per se. As long as, it was mutually agreed upon, obviously, but Bandai would most likely have a big say in the character. So, potentially Lloyd. Look, Tales of, didn't they just have, a really big anniversary, or there's one coming up or something? But Tales of is a pretty big franchise for Bandai. It's sold over 20 million copies, maybe even more. I haven't checked the numbers in a long time, but the series does sell. Lloyd is arguably the face of the franchise, we'll say. He's one of the more liked characters, one of the more requested characters, if you will. Moveset wise, though, easy. He's a dual swords user, so kind of be interesting. I know some people say Pit's like a dual sword user. Kind of. Not like how Lloyd could be, though. I mean, Lloyd's got a wide array of just the way that he can use the dual swords. I mean, anime swordsman coming in here, so yeah. Could we get another one of them in the Fighter Pass? I guess that could be another thing to the whole argument. Right, we're going to get another swordsman, we're going to get whatever it might be. There's a good chance, moveset, they could take ideas and inspirations from characters that already have that type of a moveset on the roster. So, Lloyd's got moveset, he's got fan demand, he was very highly considered, very big talked about character in the community just a couple months ago. And I'm sure at some point during Fighter Pass 2 speculation, that'll pick up again. So, I don't know. Maybe Bandai does get a character. Maybe it does happen to be Lloyd. His Mii costume hasn't returned, so maybe there's something to that. Maybe there's not. I don't know. You don't know either. But Nintendo does. But they won't tell us. Not yet, at least. But let's talk about Lloyd's opponent. Shadow the Hedgehog. Yes, the assist trophy and the spirit. But, again, for this tournament, does not matter. So, Shadow. Heavily requested character again, going back to the lead up to Smash Ultimate's release. The summer of 2018, the summer and the fall, the big lead up to it. Shadow was heavily considered once the Echo term or the Echo Fighter term got coined by Sakurai. Everyone was thinking, all right, because at the time when Sakurai coined Echo Fighter, Shadow had yet to be revealed, so everyone's thinking, oh, it's perfect. It makes too much sense. They're going to elevate, they're going to promote Shadow to an Echo Fighter. And maybe change up, a little bit to maybe differentiate him just a tiny bit, or maybe just a flat copy paste. Boom, there you go, new Echo Fighter and Shadow. It just made so much sense. And then when the Direct came around, or the Smash Direct came around, and Shadow was again shown off as a assist trophy, everyone was a little bit baffled. A lot of people were kind of let down yet again because it just kind of made too much sense. Like Sakurai put emphasis on this Echo Fighter thing, and it was like, alright, that's how they're going to pad the roster with characters, right? Well, I mean, yeah, in a way, they did pad the roster with some Echo Fighters, which I don't have any arguments against, but it's like, how do you exclude this character? And plus, the argument real quick with the Sonic series, how does the Sonic series not have a second rep? Whether it is Shadow, or Tails, or Eggman, or Knuckles, or Amy, or Silver, or whoever it might be. How is there not a second playable Sonic character at this point? So, Shadow makes sense for numerous reasons. Popularity, fan demand, moveset is easy, whether you want to go Echo Fighter, which would it makes a lot of sense, but he can also be his own unique fighter, and there's still people that kind of overlook the fact. They just kind of look at Shadow and go, yep, Sonic clone, easy, put him in the roster. There's people that are okay with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with just saying, alright, put him in the roster as an Echo Fighter. I kind of like it. If it wasn't for Echo Fighters, Dark Samus is a character I really like. If it wasn't for Echo Fighters, Dark Samus wouldn't be on the roster. And, it's kind of weird to think about. So in a way, I gotta kind of thank the Echo Fighter kind of deal. Because, the whole deal, I don't know. Either way, Shadow, Shadow's got a lot behind him, right? Like I said, he's popular, fan demand, moveset, whatever, Echo Fighter or original character. You can make a good case. Either road you want to take. So, of course, he's going to have the spinning. You're going to have chaos control, something. He did have his own game, Shadow the Hedgehog, his own game. He's got tons of potential to pull from whatever Sonic or Shadow game you want to take from. There's tons of potential there. So, whatever route that he would take, I think fans would be okay with for the most part. Fans of Shadow and just fans of the Sonic series in general. So, plus Nintendo and Sega, they work very well together. Is it out of the realm of possibility to think that Sega is going to get a rep in Fighter Pass 2? I think they could be one of the more likely companies to get a rep, definitely. So, could Shadow be that one? Could he be that Echo Fighter upgrade? Maybe, but I would have to assume that, and again, I'm assuming, but don't assume, that's just stupid. But if I had to assume anything, Sega might have an idea for a new original fighter, somebody that's not yet in Smash Bros. So, I don't know anything that comes to mind immediately, but Sega might have their kind of own agenda in a way, and Nintendo might run with it. I don't know. Whatever it could be. But either way, both these characters are pretty big amongst the Smash community, amongst speculation, whatever you want to say. So this one's actually kind of close for me because I think I would like Lloyd Irving's potential, and I think Lloyd, between the two right now, I bet Lloyd would probably have the better chance to get in. But I guess I'm voting Shadow in this one. I'm going to go Shadow for this one. If Lloyd wins, that's fine. I'd be okay with Lloyd getting into the roster ultimately as well. So, but the Ultimate Life Form gets my vote, Shadow. Let me know who you guys are voting for down in the comments. Shadow, Lloyd, or both. All are good options. Let's show you a little sneak peek for tomorrow. Oh, that one threw me off. I wasn't ready for that matchup. Tomorrow's matchup, though, is Crystal from Star Fox, the assist trophy. Who cares if she's an assist trophy? Doesn't matter. Tournaments for fun, remember that? But her opponent happens to be a very sneaky pick. Lana from Hyrule Warriors, the Legend of Zelda series. Keep in mind, Lana, first round. Lana in the first round defeated Sora by 2 votes. There's only 2, but she defeated Sora. So she's got some fan demand. Got a little bit of a fan base behind her. So we'll see how she plays out. But that should be interesting. Anyway, that's the matchup for tomorrow. And then what are the results? I think tomorrow's results, again, it's a loser bracket. Where are we at? Tomorrow, we'll find out either Impa or Sceptile. One of them is going to lose. That's tomorrow. Today's today, and, today's wrapping up. So I hope you guys enjoyed as always. And hopefully catch you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.